1944. After the defeat of the combined U.S. and Philippine forces on the Bataan Peninsula, Manila stood and waited. Eventually, under the authority of the Japanese imperial forces, the city came back to life. Another capital brought into the East Asian co-prosperity sphere. Life went on, and the war took its toll on its inhabitants. By 1943, hunger began to set in. A barter economy took the place of the shops. People sold what wares they could on the streets. Everything was for sale, and Manilans tried to get by as best as they could. The children took the longest vacation in memory. The largest change was having to cope with the new colonial masters. Under the guise of friendship and cooperation, the Filipino troops who had surrendered in Bataan were released from the terrible incarceration of the Japanese. Many, having seen the cruelty of the invaders, headed off to the hills and joined the growing guerrilla movement. Meanwhile, the civilian populace was subject to various cruelties and humiliations. One learned to bow with even the most lowly Japanese soldiers. Failing to do so would result in a rebuke, or often a quick slap on the face with an Arisaka rifle butt. There were some instances of kindness from some of the more educated Japanese, but these were few and far between. As the years went by, the occupation became more savage. By 1944, many Manileños wore tatters, Japanese having converted all cloth production to supply the needs of their military economy. Little by little, the signs of starvation became more obvious, till portraits of the starved began to litter street corners and alleys outside the long closed bookshops of Caribe. Different guerrilla bands roamed the countryside, harassing the Japanese and supplying vital intelligence to the American forces that were closing in island by island on their campaign across the Pacific. Many were led by colorful individuals like former bus driver Macho Agustin or Martin and Yai Cambrillo, a journalist who led 100,000 guerrilla fighters from Luzon. Harry Hunters, a well-organized group of ex-ROTC cadets who were prevented from taking part in the fighting in Bataan by a concerned MacArthur, soon formed units and organized them along military lines. Harry's Hunters became famous and raged against Japanese training facilities in Manila, seizing precious stocks of weapons and ammunition from constabulary training centers. Ed Ramsey of the 26th Cavalry Philippine Scouts led 40,000 guerrillas in central Luzon and ended up number one on the Japanese wanted list. To combat what the Japanese called banditry, constabulary units were formed meeting out harsh discipline and military training to those who joined for want of a job, or the few who were really truly allied to the Japanese cause. Eventually, guerrilla bands took to assassinating characters who were known to be particularly oppressive or dangerous to the guerrillas' cause. Triggermen would ambush their targets, often local officials, and melt into the crowd. Incidents like these drew the wrath of the dreaded Kensei Town or the military police. Collaborators, often with their faces hidden by market baskets, would take out offenders during security sweeps, and swift execution by sword or rifle was often meted out. With the later invasion of October 1944, Allied aircraft soaring over the capital became more frequent. Manilans watched the spiraling conflict as corsairs, Vikings and heroes battled over the capital skies. Then, on Christmas Day 1944, an air raid of a different sort took place. U.S. bombers dropped sleepless readings. The commander-in-chief of the Pacific, the officers and men of the American Forces of Liberation, wished their gallant allies, the people of the Philippines, all the blessings of Christmas and the realization of their fervent hopes for the new year. The bombing raids began in earnest soon after. Yamashita, the supreme commander of Japanese forces in the Philippines, decided that the defense of Manila would be untenable. He ordered Manila abandoned only Indian troops to blow up bridges as the Americans approached, much like the Japanese before them, from Lingay in the north and Batangas in the south. While Yamashita, the army commander, left orders to abandon the capital, his Navy counterpart, Rear Admiral Sanji Iwabuchi, felt that his duty was to defend the naval facilities to the last man, thus sealing the fate of the city. With 16,000 men, composed of elite Special Landing Force Marines, shipless crewmen, laborers, and some 4,000 army men left behind, Iwabuchi fortified Manila with barbed wire, pillboxes, tunnels, overturned buses and trams, naval guns and multiple machine gun posts. The admiral then ordered his troops to destroy all the naval facilities and harbors. This they did, and more. Fires were started and set much of the northern half of Manila ablaze. The 37th Division was hampered by smoke and flames as they battled their way towards the Pasig River. Allied attacks were hampered by the presence of Manila's 700,000 civilians. Airstrikes and artillery were strictly curtailed to prevent collateral damage. But as fighting became more difficult and U.S. casualties mounted, the restrictions were lifted. On February 7, 1945, elements of the 37th Division finally crossed the Pasig River to its south bank and approached the walls of Intramuros. Inside were hundreds of Iwabuchi's men and perhaps 4,000 Filipino civilians taken hostage by the imperial forces. By February 17, the Americans finally reached the old city wall. General Griswold, who arrived from the north to take overall command of the operation to clear Intramuros, decided to first give the entrenched defenders an ultimatum.
Your situation is hopeless. Defeat is inevitable. I offer you honorable surrender.
敵将に次ぐこれ以上の戦闘は無駄な犠牲者を出すだけの戦闘行為となるだろう。イントラムロスを防衛する将兵に対し報復をここに要求する。
If you accept, raise a large Philippine flag and send an emissary with a white flag to our lines.
全指揮官は報復に従い、自軍の将兵に対し敵対行為を中止するよう命じ、アメリカ軍の命令に従うことをここに要求する。報復を認める場合、イントラムラス城壁にフィリピンの国旗を掲げること、なお白旗を掲げた日本軍の特使を前線に起こすこと。
In the event that you do not accept my offer, I exhort you, through to the spirit of Bushido and the code of the samurai, that you permit all civilians to evacuate Intramuros without delay, in order that no innocent blood be shed.
報復がない場合は、武士道に誓い、蛮行及び無駄な犠牲者を出さないためにも、市中一般市民を退避することをここに勧告する。
No Philippine flag was raised, nor officers raised. finally began to fall. Hundreds of Japanese were killed in the barrage, survived fought on with great skill and tenacity. Fighting took place house to house and floor by floor. An extensive system has been dug by the defenders. New tunnels and the ancient walls and dungeons were the silent and strongholds. Progress was slow and appreciated, and the GIs penetrated the mountain walls and ruins. Filipino guerrillas and civilians provided vital intelligence and ground forces throughout the battle. Universities Marine made sure the Americans fought hard for every foot of territory gained. Some of them took days to capture.